This is Comic Burrito. This week in comics.
I was wondering if you were still going to sing without your backup singer.
Of course.
This week in comics.
This week in comics. I'm Todd.
It doesn't work. And I'm Nick.
We are missing a Cole for This Week in Comics. Yeah. Yay. Oh, and this can just stay up now.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Because it's not covering up.
Oh, I almost got it. I'm still learning the left and right on this thing. It's still the mirror.
Yeah.
Drives me crazy, but I got it.
You'll get there. You'll get there, kid.
Someday.
See, I know. Yeah, look at that. I'm getting better at it because I need to point that way.
In my head, like before I do a point, I'll like say to myself, "No, the other way," and then I get it.
So yeah, I
didn't sing.
Yeah, that wasn't.
That was Todd. We got our names on.
Yeah, we do. So it's even easier to tell.
Mm-hmm. I got some new. I got this.
Ooh.
They're just it's like the previews for DC.
Oh,
they give you a cool poster on the back.
Cool.
So I got neat. Joker's Dead Earth, and this one I'm pretty excited to put up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's rad. Cool.
And they're totally free, I hope, because I just took them and left.
Hey, Nat. Hey, Wes. Hey, Whack. Sup?
Nat West Whack.
Nat West Whack. Nat West Whack. So
yeah,
what comics happened today?
New comic book day.
Yeah, it's that day of the week.
It seemed like a light day, but it was probably for me anyways, it was like it's a slightly more than what I want it to be.
For a light day?
Yeah. So it's like we're getting there. It wasn't my like $25 week. But compared to some previous weeks, it was like, oh, thank God. I didn't see the posters. Oh, like at your shop, or you didn't see me hold them up?
I think he didn't see them at a shop, I would assume.
Oh, I don't know if every shop gets them, but if you ask for the DC Connect, this is like the Rorschach is the August 2020 soliciting comics list. So yeah, I don't know. They always have like just a pile of them at our shop or my shop. I had to swim to get
Russ had to swim because apparently Florida's getting a lot of rain right now.
Oh.
Apparently.
Sorry.
We got some rain.
Florida's always getting rain though.
It's it's a perpetually moist.
I don't know which one I want to start with because I didn't have anything that necessarily like fully blew me out of blew my mind.
There's a part of one that really got me.
There's a part of like 2 or 3 that was like, oh shoot, but I feel bad having this be my first pick because it was actually maybe the second book that I read. It was the second book that I read today.
Hey,
Green Lantern number 7, season 2, Beware His Power.
What Green Lantern's light
continues to be really good.
Yeah,
and I know the last name is Sharp. I don't know.
It's Grant Morrison, and then Liam Sharp on art.
Liam Sharp.
Steve Oliff on colors, and Steve Wands on letters.
I don't know. Forgive me if Liam Sharp is like a huge name in the industry, and I'm being really dumb and ignorant. But his work on, especially season 2, has been absolutely insane. I need to check if he's a big name.
The last panel in that book is something that I screenshotted, and then I need to find like a way to get hung.
You want? I'm gonna hold it down here.
Yeah, don't show it. It's not even like honestly. I could throw it up. It's not even a spoiler.
Oh yeah.
It's just amazing. It's just like
as long as you hold the bottom up.
Yeah. It's just really cool.
It's like a splash page little thing. That is cool. I like that.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
Very good.
It's still weird, but it's almost this one's easier to follow because they're actually making more of a story with it.
Yeah, I think because there's 6 issues or are they 12s per season?
12, I believe.
It is 12.
12 was season 1, I think.
Yeah, so I don't think we're
so.
gonna really have much of an idea of what's going on until like 10 or 11.
No, but it's
10 or 11. It's gonna be like, oh.
But they're starting to have some more overarching things coming
Yeah.
into play, so it's really cool. I like it a lot. I'm into it. I'm excited.
Weird. I wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah.
I would have thought.
I mean, the way the first half of the season has been, it's been bonkers.
Yeah.
I didn't know if we were going to get a story.
At this point, I'm almost okay if we don't.
I know, it's cool.
If it just finished and it was this weird, crazy thing without much explanation, I might like it even more.
Yeah.
If people could I would just read it and reread it and argue with people who are wrong on the internet.
I can throw 12 issues at you and you can just read them in whatever order.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Maybe that's it. Maybe there's like a secret order that you have to read them in and it all makes sense.
Yeah, including season 1 somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you got to read them backwards every other.
It's like reversing the record going backwards.
Yeah.
And it says, read more DC, read more DC.
Buy Endless Winter.
Yes.
Something stuck on my. I feel like every DC book I'm reading, it's like every other page is like, buy this one
right?
too.
So we're gonna do something a little different since we're down a burrito. We're down you were the meat, I believe, or you're the cheese. No,
me.
You were the meat.
Cheese.
You're the cheese.
I'll be the meat.
I don't know what each of our ingredients are.
I don't know that we have.
But we're down an ingredient because we're missing coal. We're missing our beans and rice. I don't know.
Missing our coal.
Yeah, we're missing our coal. So I've read 9 comics and Nick's read 5, but I've read all of them that he has. I've read 9, so we're still gonna have 9 comics talk. But every other one, I'm just gonna talk about one that he didn't read. So my first one up that I think I'm pretty much over with because the cover makes me upset is Mars Attacks Red Sonja. It's just ridiculous. There's a reason I don't read these books, and this cover encapsulates it.
Do I need to look it up, or are you gonna flash it?
I can show it. Honestly, it's a little much for YouTube, but
and it's 9.
Yeah, it's after Watershed, as the UK people.
I can look it up if it's.
No, I'll throw it up because whatever. It's just a butt. I don't care. I'm not offended.
I mean, everybody has one of those.
I know, but it's like it's fucking ridiculous. Like, what the fuck? Come on. Like,
I mean, I get.
But this is like the B cover.
That's cool.
Why isn't that the A cover?
That one's awesome.
This
I don't know why they wouldn't do that. Like, make the appropriate one. The one that they have that. That's A cover.
This is fucking rad. And then the weird people can. Creepier people can get this one.
Fair. Yeah, the perverts can buy that one.
Yeah, which is fine. You do you.
If you want that, that's fine.
Yeah, it's just I really like this cover.
I think that's better. I would definitely buy that cover for sure.
Right? It's dope. But the comic's fine. It's a fantasy novel up against high-tech Martians. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I just really like Mars Attacks. It's one of my favorite movies.
I do too.
There's a lack of yodeling in it that makes me upset, but I hope that's how they finish it in the end. Spoiler alert for Mars Attacks from like 15 years ago. Yeah, that's rad. Yeah, I don't buy Dynamite either, Nat. That's I read The Boys and I read the John Wick. I got the John Wick comics. That's the most I've ever done in Dynamite.
And I haven't done either of those things.
So that's one that I read that Nick didn't read, which I'm gonna say, you know what? That's fine.
Sure.
That's fair. It is John Layman is the writer. Artist is Fran Struckman. The colorist is Valentina Brisky, and the letter is Taylor Esposito. So there you go.
And then
all right, next one.
James Tinian, Werther Del Durera.
Which one could you be talking about?
And Miguel Murto, number 10, to the guy who I yelled at my LCS last week for dropping Something is Killing the Children because it's going nowhere. Haha.
Right?
Haha.
Yeah. It went somewhere.
Yeah, because it went. I mean, it wasn't like a whoa, right? Like I said, I don't think, but
it's moving.
Definitely moving. Learned
Also,
a little bit more about the thing that is killing the children.
And World Design did the letters also. Justin Birch's group.
Oh, yes. Werther's killing it on the art still. It's still one of my favorite books to look at, and I don't know. I was flabbergasted standing there. I was just going through my books, like minding my own business, and I just hear from like, I don't know, 20 feet away, oh, and also I'd like to drop Something is Killing the Children. And I couldn't help myself. I was just like, what? And yeah, no, good.
Yeah,
still,
it's awesome. There's a
it's not on it by now. It's
the ending is good.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on in this. There's a lot that this issue is moving us into, which I'm excited about. Because this arc is a little slower than the last one, which is fine because they're just keeping pace. They're just trying to make it more paced out. It can't all be high octane. They still do a good job being captivating and interesting.
No, and they did have a few issues of where it was just kind of placing everyone where they need to be, and sure. But I didn't think it warranted a drop.
Who dropped Something That's Killing the Children? Wow. It sounds like something only an idiot would do.
Mm-hmm. So there you go.
That sounds like an idiot.
The same people that bought Red Sonja A cover.
Yeah, I need to drop Something That's Killing the Children. Oh, can you give me that Red Sonja A cover?
I'm often at the shop at the same time, so a lot of times I see the same other customers. So next time I see him, I'll try to peep his stack.
It's full of dynamite.
I'll pull a dynamite
and Vampirilla.
I'll hide in like the kids section with some binoculars and just scope them out.
And then
like, I knew it.
And then you're gonna get called the pervert.
Yes. Like, what's that guy doing?
What a weirdo. So another one that was, I guess, a little bit lackluster for me. I was pretty excited about it. I still am into it. I'll definitely keep going with it. Is Bill and Ted Are Doomed. It's the Bill and Ted comic book. It's Evan Dorkin and art and letters by Roger Langridge. They set up so much in this, and it's kind of like Archie style, the comic book itself. Like the actual art and almost like how it flows and everything like that. Like classic Archie, not like new Archie. Sure. And I don't know. It was okay. It was good. Like I don't have any huge issues with it. I'm just not like, if I didn't get one, if I would have read this, I might have skipped it if I could go back in time, but I'll still get two now, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, it does. Because I saw the cover and I was like, oh, I kind of want to read that, and I went to grab it and I was like, just buy the trade off in stock. Like, what are we doing here? Like, like I want to read. At best, for me, even, or at worst, it's like a library rental. Yeah, like a Hoopla thing.
And that's probably more what I would have done.
Yeah.
Because I would have just been like, I can just wait till it's over to get in on this. But now that I've
save a
couple
couple bucks,
one, I'll probably get them now because I have number one.
Might as well.
No, it's good art. There was some funny times in it. It just kind of meandered. I think like 8 pages could have been cut out of it. It felt long for what it was, and I think that was like its only crutch. But yeah, I'm into it. It's Bill and Ted. I fucking love Bill and Ted. Yeah. So I'm all in for it to be good.
Flash Ray
hasn't popped up.
Hoopla, Hoopla. Hoopla is an app that you can download for your phone or tablet. If you have a library card and they participate, you can get a digital account. And like for us in our area, I get 10 rentals per month, and the vast majority of it is comic books and graphic novels. So if you don't have a library card, I would try to get one. And it's an awesome app. I've read so many stuff. It's great if you want to check something out, or if you're way behind, or if you're just lazy and want to just read. I've done it with stuff like I've rented Something's Killing the Children and stuff like that, just to sit and read it and not have to dig out my copies. But in other areas, they don't get as much. I talked to somebody last week that only got like 4 rentals a month. So it depends on your area.
Yeah, it depends on your actual library. So
yeah.
Wonder if we have that in Canada.
Oh, in Canada.
If not, maybe you can like get like a underground library card from somebody, or if you have somebody in the States who doesn't use theirs, maybe you can borrow it.
But you also get you can get audiobooks, some movies, music albums, and regular books with words.
I've also used it for that.
With just words.
How many rentals do we get?
We get 10 now.
Yeah, we get 10, right? Since the COVID, it upped it a little bit.
It was 5, and then pre-COVID, like the month before, it jumped to 10, and it was like awesome. And I haven't used a single one since they went from 5 to 10. I've just been stuck on DC and DC Universe and Marvel, and my actual polls. I am nowhere near being able to have time to get into that.
Something extra,
yeah, which is hilarious. But yeah, no, it's super cool service. I don't know if they have it in other countries, so sorry if they don't. But
local restrictions may apply.
It might say. I'll get into the next book first. Snyder, Manipul, and Herring wrote a little book.
Oh,
little book. It's actually pretty. It's actually pretty
thick. It's a
thick boy. There's a lot of advertisements about other books in here, but it's still good content wise. I really digged the art in this book too.
Did you cover who it is besides Snyder?
I said Manipul.
Oh, Scott Snyder is the writer. Francis Manipul is the artist. Ian Herring is the colorist, and Tom Napolitano is the letterer. And there's an ad.
Detective 1027. If you weren't aware,
it's a big book to advertise.
But yeah, this is one of my favorite issues of death metal so far. It seemed the most cohesive and comprehensible.
Nat's comment is very funny considering this comic book.
Yeah, if that's right in here.
It's really funny.
That's definitely a point that is made by a character that is in this book.
Yeah. But it was really good.
I'm not going to be the guy that's spoiling death metal books. So
oh hell no. But this might be my favorite death metal book so far.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. Even the cover is just awesome.
It is. It's between this and the
guidebook.
Yeah, the guidebook.
The ones that aren't actually.
The ones that are part of it.
That's what I said. I got the guidebook and I read that and I was like, holy shit! Like this should have just been issue 1.
Right, get you in it.
This was just issue 1. Like I have a friend that's been holding off and hasn't read them yet, and it was like Crisis of the Infinite Crisis.
Crisis.
I love
Crisis.
But yeah, I was like, I don't think it spoils anything. I would read the guidebook first.
No, yeah,
and then 1, 2, 3, and then the Trinity Crisis.
Yo, dog.
Read that.
Yo, dog. I heard you like Crisis. So I got cash Crisis grab on your Infinite Crisis.
Wes, are you saying that these are cash grabs? Because I think it's almost the other. I said these are the ones that I'm kind of enjoying more. Just like with metal, the one-shots of all the Dark Knights were probably my favorite issues. I really liked the other stuff too. But like the Dawnbreaker and the Red Death and the other one. I don't remember the other one. Those were some of my favorite issues of that run.
The Dark Knights original?
The original run of Metal, they had the Dark Knights one-shots. Yeah. Where it was, Batman as the Flash was the Red Death. Dawnbreaker was Green Lantern. And there was the Aquaman one. The Merciless, that was another one that was really good. Those were all my favorite ones.
Yeah. I don't know where they are, but yeah.
Murder
Yeah,
Machine.
the Merciless. That one was really good. Murder Machine. Yeah.
Murder Machine was good.
The Devastator.
Devastator.
Batman Who Laughs.
Batman Who Laughs.
I really think they could have done more with him.
Yeah, it feels really underutilized.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I'll
you can't do everything. What are you gonna
do? I'll buy it all.
So yeah, that was really good.
Drowned. That's the one.
Oh yeah, The Drowned. That's right. Thank you. I was
Feels
like, I'm
so
done.
Much like a crisis every time. Yeah, but now it's the crisis is like when they're like about to fail. It's like
that's why it's called a crisis.
That's just the name given to like
multi like the whole when the whole universe is up against the wall.
Right. It's not like Two-Face is gonna kill somebody. It's like all of existence.
It's a universe spanning thing, Blackest Night style. That kind of like it encompasses the whole.
Is that technically a crisis? Is that
how is it not? It encompassed everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that's not a crisis,
I don't know if I've ever. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard of it referred to as a crisis, but I'd say it's fair for sure. All right. Nick not used to drinking water. I know.
That's my thing.
I could have put, and I have sparkling water.
Gimmick infringement.
Yeah. Costco, send us money or just give me a free membership.
Yeah. There you go.
Even if it's just me, like, Todd and Cole will be fine. I'll just take the membership. Yeah,
that's fine. So my non-Nick one is from my most anticipated video game of the year, easily. Like by far. Yeah. Dark Horse teamed up with CD Projekt Red, and we got Cyberpunk 2077 Trauma Team. It is stories by Cullen Bunn, first of all, which is dope. And then art is by Miguel Valderrama. Jason Wordy did the colors, and Frank Chetovich.
I almost had it.
Vetkovich, maybe. Sorry, man. Did the letters. It's good. It's real good.
Yeah.
It makes me so excited for the video game since they actually had like a part in it. It's not like, here's RIP, go do your thing.
Right.
CD Projekt Red was part of the editorial team and definitely got to like lead it some. So I'm really excited about this is like my first taste of really getting to see the world outside of like a game trailer.
Is this meant to be like a prequel to the game, or is it just kind of in the same? You don't know.
I'm assuming same universe. Maybe it'll end up being in tandem. Maybe we'll see a couple of these characters in the game. I have no idea. I honestly kind of don't want to search for it because I'm assuming if CD Projekt Red is allowing this to be out now, I don't see it as a spoiler because they're like, this is something that we know is coming out before the video game. So that's okay. However, I don't necessarily need to know much more than that, other than this is okay to read. So I haven't done much research because I don't even like to watch trailers. So this is
so you didn't watch the Dune trailer today?
I did because I miss movies and I couldn't. I fucking love Dune. I love it so much, and holy shit, I'm so in. I'm so excited, and also everyone's in that movie.
I think I'm going to attempt to read the book.
Ooh, do it.
I haven't tried. It was my best friend's favorite book of all time, and he always wanted me to read it. And I was not even reading comic books at that time, and he passed away last year. And it was like, and watching the trailer today, it was like, I really wish I could like text him and be like, so as somebody he was always interested in my opinion of stuff like that, because since I'm not a fan, he's like, he would want to know like, what is it? What is it? What do you think? And it's like, it makes me kind of want to read the book.
if you subscribe to our Dune on Reddit, they're doing a monthly read along for new readers.
Oh, really?
And they're going to be doing giveaways and stuff that people from the movie are giving them to do like exclusive like giveaways and stuff. So
when does that start, or has it already?
it's starting soon. It's not like now, but it is starting soon. So I would hop on. That's a good way to read it, and then maybe you'll get some cool shit.
Well, that might be good for me because keeping up with it's going to be the hard thing, and keeping everything in place. So if there's other people talking about it and stuff, then that might help.
So
keep on with it.
I would highly recommend. I'm going to be doing it with it because it's for new and old readers, but they're keep making sure it's new reader friendly, like the discussion and stuff like that.
How many like pages do you think it would be per day to read?
Per day? Oh,
yeah. Or is it
5 or 6 maybe?
Oh, that's easy.
Because if you want to do a chapter a month, it's coming out this month or this year, though, isn't it?
The movie?
Yeah, or not 2020. No,
maybe.
Is it? I don't actually know that. Maybe it'll be
not in the U.S.
Maybe it'll be more pages. I'm not concerned because also if I miss something, I'll know what's going on and I could catch up easily.
Right. I know Canada is already getting to watch movies, but we aren't.
So is some parts of Asia and South Korea gets to go to movies. But yeah, so Cyberpunk 2077, highly recommend it. It's just Dark Horse, Cyber 27, Trauma Team.
Dune is slated to come out December 18th. So, Christmas movie.
Yeah, you're gonna have to read more than that, but
yeah, that's fine.
It's also one of 4, the Cyberpunk. It's a mini. It's a mini series. So that was another one that I was like, ooh, and I was like, I've kind of come to terms with the fact that I don't play video games anymore at all. So it's like it's really hard for me to get excited about a video game. If that maybe PS5 will like rekindle it. I don't know. Yeah,
it probably will for a little while at least, because there's some pretty cool stuff for that. Yeah. So maybe, but it's still like when you pay $60 for a game and then it sits for 8 months and then you see it on sale for 30 and you haven't played it yet.
Yeah,
and it's just like,
I remember how much you got into Spider-Man.
I know that's actually on my Facebook memories right now. Every day I'm checking my Facebook memories and there's like 40 pictures of Spider-Man screenshots.
So good.
And I need to replay it because I still haven't played it.
I just recently replayed it and went through the DLC. It's fantastic.
I should. Maybe when winter comes and there's literally nothing to do outside, then I'll start playing games again.
Or get your PS5. Wait for your PS5 because it's backwards compatible, but it's going to work faster.
But I don't know if I want I'm going to buy the disc drive, I think. I don't know if
you have the disc.
I don't have a lot of discs because I don't buy. Since I have the kids, I've been buying digital for games.
Oh, so you only have a few on disc that you'd have to worry about?
Yeah.
Welcome to Comic Burrito, PlayStation 5 cast.
Yeah, PlayStation 5 cast. All right. This was the first book that I read today. And it's surprisingly not my top pick because something happened to just barely knock it out. But oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm like, what? There we go.
Yeah, if you were like me and you were an idiot and you didn't read these during quarantine on digital, then for $5.99, it is a solid pickup.
I'm still getting the floppy.
Huh?
Still getting the floppy, even though
Yeah. It's I got a damaged floppy and I gotta trade it in tomorrow. I gotta remember to bring it to work with me. Oh man, there's a couple stories in here that are both really good, and then there's at least 2 that it's like, like they hit home pretty hard. It'll be interesting to see whether they hit just as hard like 5 years from now or something.
Yeah,
I feel like there's one that just puts me in that space of the early days of pandemic, where just like nobody really knew what was going on, and all the fear and just uncertainty and everything that was still going on now, I think, but the magnitude of it that it was, like I had just kind of forgotten some of that stuff and it just kind of all came rushing back really quick.
The reading it in time when they did it was a trip and a half.
Oh, I bet.
It was intense because I'm like, I remember having to like walk away from it a couple of times, like, thanks for getting too real. I can't do this right now. I gotta like shelve you and come back because like,
yeah,
I was like, I'm already feeling this way, and now you're like steeping me in it. But it is so good. I'm glad I read them.
I've talked about it before of how sometimes like if a book is really good or it hits home or something like that, like I tend to binge books where it's like I finish the book, put it back in the sleeve, set it down, grab the next one out. And every once in a while I hit a story where it's like I take the next one out and just slide it back in and just kind of set it down and just kind of sit with it for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And there was at least 2 of these where they're only 4 or 5 page stories. They're very short little stories.
This collection that he's talking about is like an anthology where it is a small little stories, except it's consistent art and things like that. The rest of Ice Cream Man are like one shots around the same guy type thing. They're all individual horror stories.
They're not necessarily interconnected to each other, but they're kind of all in the same world.
Yeah.
I guess it could be argued that like who Ice Cream Man is or what he is and stuff, and maybe you get little hints at it and stuff, but
really they're self-contained stories that you could read.
There's I think the second arc, like 7 on, has a little bit of tie-in stuff with another character that kind of goes throughout it a little bit, but you're not going to be harmed if you see any issue of Ice Cream Man floppy. I would buy it.
Yes, I would buy it 100%. No, it is. It's my favorite.
Our Discord is best to jump on and see what people are talking about right now and not worry about.
Don't try to go back.
Nope, because it's probably not worth it.
I've always said it's like a merging onto a highway. You don't worry about the traffic that's like way far back and way far. Just look at what's happening and just merge on in.
Yep. Or jump in and just talk about what you want to talk about and make other people talk about what you want to talk about and bounce.
Yep. No. Bye.
There's a Brightest Days 4/10/14. I'm sure we could find you those, Flash Ray, if we're getting pretty good at pooling our resources together to find people comics.
What's ISO? Besides, I know it for cameras.
In search of,
because I know it as an ISO for lighting.
He wants to buy Brightest Days number 4, 10, and 14.
Brightest Days. That's a cool one. I might have them in my basement, but I can't do anything about it because I don't think I have duplicates. I will double check. I have weird duplicates of some things, especially something like Brightest Day, possibly. But I'll check for you. No promises.
I missed a whole bunch of comments.
Nick just taught something. Yeah, that happens like every moon cycle.
Once in a while.
Yeah, every time we get a new moon, Nick will teach me something. It happens.
Yeah.
A wrong clock or dead clock is right twice a day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the old saying.
Sure.
He's been telling me for the last month a lot of things are in search of. When I'm asking questions, it's finally right.
I'm getting wiser in my old age, is what it is.
That's not true.
Just wiser. I didn't say wise.
These claims are of his own and not of Comic Burrito as a whole.
He's a real wise guy, eh?
Yeah, you're the wise guy, eh? Yeah. 2 full moons in October, so it will happen twice then. Nick is right twice in October.
By all Ice Cream Mans, and especially by Ice Cream Mans that I don't have and send them to me.
That grammatical correctness still hurts me.
Ice Cream Mans?
Yeah. I don't like it. I know that's right, but I don't.
It is right, but it's right. Shouldn't be.
But I don't like it. So the next one that you haven't read that I
Nat, I missed 469 messages while I was camping. I was gone one night. Or it might have been 369.
Yeah, it was a lot though. It was very funny because it's just like, yeah, that's not happening. You don't get that time back. You can't go and figure out what was done.
With my luck, 120 of them is because like Todd and somebody else went off on a wrestling tangent.
That doesn't happen on the general anymore.
No, not anymore. Not now that we made you create your own space.
I did it myself.
I know.
I
It's more
felt
fun to
bad.
say we made you.
I felt bad. But yeah, join our Discord. It's in the it's in the description below. I'm gonna keep doing like weird. I'm just the disclaimer guy today.
Micro Machines guy.
What? Oh, the Micro Machines guy? Yes.
You gotta get. Can you get little things that
have it go across the bottom?
Like they're
really fast.
To read.
Yeah.
It's just a long, huge paragraph that just zips up bottom to top.
So one of them that Nick hasn't read that's on my list is Stealth number 5 from Image Skybound. Mike Costa's the writer. Nate Bellagarde? Guard? Sorry, buddy. Is the artist. Tamara Bondvillain? Every time I'm always like, it's a Bond villain. Tamara Bondvillain is the colorist. And you want to know who the letterer is?
Is it Sal?
Sal Cipriano. And it's also created by Robert Kirkman. Which it is. He isn't created by.
No, Nat says she's shocked that we haven't given her own space on the Discord, and she's the only one in there.
It's private, but it's all just heard.
Just a giant echo chamber.
Why is you every once in a while I'll poke in there and it's just a bunch of cat memes talking to each other?
Yeah. And videos of you screaming at like nothing.
Yes. Literally a void. So Stealth is just keeping up. I will continue to. I've been repping this since that first Wednesday it came out.
Yeah,
I've been
missing it every time,
and it's so fucking good. I think last time was the first time that Cole took it from me as a pick.
Yeah, you wanted something else, really.
Yeah,
bad.
So it was fine, but I have been reading it each time, and I just fucking love it. It's really good. It's very interesting. It's set in Detroit, so I just like that a lot too. But their view on essentially like it's number 5 now, and I think it's in this submission. It's a superhero coming to terms with his own like life kind of thing. It's very interesting. It has a lot of layers to it. It's got some really sad layers to it too. That's kind of like a little depressing, but then it's just like, oh, that was kind of sad. Here's some like big shit going on. Just like, oh, okay, that's fine. Cool. I'll stop being sad now. But it's in that first issue. I can't not think of that first issue and just be like, I'm still blown away, even though I'm like issues away from it now. That first issue still has me. Like that might be that's top 5 number 1s of this year still is that Stealth number 1. It's just
pretty good.
It's really
After
good.
5 months, that's pretty good. There's been a lot of number 1s.
Yep.
It's one that I told you earlier that I've been buying a lot of ice cream mans off of various online shops and stuff, and every single one that I've checked, it's like, do they have like 1 through 4?
Even one way to grab them.
Yeah, even like 1, because that 5 just came out today, right? So yeah, it was at the time it was like even 1 through 3, and I could probably like.
I'll probably still grab 4. Yeah,
probably still has 4, but I know for sure they don't have 1 and 2, and it's like I should just trade weight because there's only going to be 6, right?
Yes.
So it's
you're so close.
It's basically done, but it's still just like I kind of just want. I know that I'm going to read the trade and just be even more mad that I didn't pick it up, but it's too late anyways. So,
what's funny? I think you'll just get the trade and be really happy you get to. The only thing that I'm sad for you is you didn't have that waiting after 1.
right?
And then having to like go into 2, like you didn't get to stew in that first issue.
The first issue and then make myself wait.
You could, but it's also like even if you picked up 1, 2, 3, and 4 right now, you still wouldn't have that. Like that's other than that, I think you should just trade weight. You're so close.
Yeah, I will. I
tried at 2 to get you on board, so this wouldn't be a thing.
Well, when you started talking about it, they were already gone.
Yeah, I knew.
For number 1s.
Yeah.
So that was, and I knew then it was like I should just pony up and pay for it, but it's fine. I have to wait on something, and when the trade comes out, I'll be excited enough to like place that order and get some other cool stuff too.
Totally. So yeah, so Stealth, number 5 from Image Skybound. Much recommend still.
And then there was one.
I have one more that you haven't read as well.
Oh, you do? Do you want to do that one and save this one for last?
Yeah, let's save yours for last. Okay. So my other one, and it's not a huge one, but it's Heavy Metal Magazine's Brooklyn Gladiator, number 2. Dan Fogler and Andrew Harrison are the words. Simon Bisley is the art and colors, and Crank did the letters.
Crank
with exclamation point. It's still really fucked up. It's still real weird. It's very graphic, and it's very interesting.
So it's like watching Pulp Fiction. It's in a way. Maybe. Like, not the whole thing. Like, you're halfway through it, like, what is going on?
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you took acid and then decided to watch Pulp Fiction.
For the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's real intense because the art will throw you. It is. Yeah.
Can you show it a bit?
Brings the heat. Yeah, I can definitely show a little tidbit of at least issue 1.
When you're talking about it, it's like I kind of want to. I'm assuming those will come out in trade.
I have no idea since it's heavy metal. I don't know how Heavy Metal is handling these.
Because you're getting them digital, right?
Yes. That has boobs in it. Okay. First page has boobs, so there's that for you.
But on the cover. Well, I like that.
It's much grittier this.
Yeah.
No,
there it
is. It's very rough, but in a really very striking way. It's not that it feels it feels purposely unpolished for the world that it's in, and it's fantastic. I love that. That's the fucking cover. I mean,
that's pretty cool.
It's very indicative of it. It feels like a Heavy Metal magazine type thing. It looks like somebody could have that as a tattoo.
Right.
You go to a biker bar. It's just, But yeah, so it's really weird. But I still recommend it. I think these Heavy Metal ones and their virus imprint is also hella dope. They are trips and a half though. They are real fucking weird, but in a really cool way.
Yeah, see, I like that kind of stuff, but that's for me the stuff that I need to have the whole thing, because I end up reading it all together at the end anyways, and it's like, so hopefully they do trades, because there's a few of those that I might check out.
Yeah, he does bring the heat. I have read his TMNT.
I have not. I haven't read any TMNT.
He is a legend. Brooklyn Gladiator. Thank you. Yeah, that's to Nat's question. What Heavy Metal comic? Heavy Metal Magazine's Brooklyn Gladiator. They also have Fishkill. I'm trying to not. Fishkill and Sun Eater are also out right now. And then Virus Comics has Hindsight, Mortis, Namobots, Supernaut, and the Angels want to wear my red shoes. All of which I would also recommend. I've talked about them when they've come out. Especially when they launched 3-4 weeks ago. They launched and there was 4 fucking new number 1s. That was a big day of reading for me. But yeah, super recommend. It's really weird and they're doing their own thing. And it's very different than basically anything else out there. It's very cool.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. So what's your last one?
And then there was one. And I'll be honest, there was something that maybe it's okay to talk about by now. It's previous issues that I had maybe a little bit of a gripe with.
What are you about to say?
That I won't. I just won't even say it then.
Okay. I'm concerned.
I would allude to it maybe, but
don't allude to it. Don't even mention it.
Well, I mean, obviously there's a group of flashes together.
Sure.
And in my gripe is of maybe somebody that isn't there. That was kind of a bummer, but it gets actually touched on in this issue. And and holy shit, does a lot happen in this issue.
Yup.
There was a few times, but I was reading this, and my lovely wife was knitting or crocheting in the chair next to me. And there was a couple times that I was like, "Oh my god!" And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "I would have to explain like 90 issues of Flash and other even other DC books to a point, not even to a point, straight up other books that this book kind of plucks out from and kind of goes through. This is very see, how would I say it? It feels like the wheels are churning for that final push. Because I know Williamson has done it at 100.
Which he's the writer. Howard Porter is the artist. Hi-Fi is the colors, and Steve Wands is the letterer.
And there's some art in this that is a little, but then there's some that's also really good. But yeah, I don't know, because they went back to the 700 numbers, so I don't know how many issues are left for the Flash.
It was okay. So it went to 85 before it flopped over. My screen or my iPad decided to kind of soft reboot.
Wes will know.
All right, hold up. The Flash. I took them off my thing. It's 750 to 761 it started over at 750. I think it was son of a shit.
I mean, I have my Flash run right behind me. I could just look, I guess. Oh, I got my CLZ. Duh. I just scanned them all in the other day. So 1 second.
Oh, I've got it. It switched over at 88.
So 88 plus 11?
No. 88 plus 11.
750. So that there's only one more?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe 2.
I hate legacy numbers as well. I would not mind if they went to a dual numbering system. If you want to put a legacy number on it, fine. But I still want a writer's run to be numbered 1 through whatever they do. I just think it's better that way. I know people get sick of like number one. But I want to just like be able to buy, instead of like volume 1 and volume 2 and it's all intermixed and stuff, just have it be Williamson's run that's 1 through 100, and then you have this guy's run that's 1 through 55. And then, I would prefer it that way. If you want to have a legacy number to show off how many books you have, then fine. But that would mean then that we would have one more if he's ending at 100. So that's a pretty big deal. I'm very excited for in 2 weeks then 762. The good news is he's writing a one shot called Speed Metal for Death Metal, which is going to be really awesome. And it's Josh Williamson, so he'll be writing plenty of comics.
Oh, you think he'll get more work after this?
I think he'll get more work for sure. I have a feeling, he'll probably be getting work at DC if you're into that.
What? No way. Mm-hmm. You're crazy. I think that's nuts. I'm going to timestamp this and show how wrong you are.
See? I told you.
Yeah.
I could also see him getting pulled into Snyder's new label that I can't... Best Jacket?
Yeah, that thing.
Or Great Jacket or something jacket.
Sure. Whatever. Take off your pants and jacket.
That's Blink-182.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Scott Snyder.
I think he wrote it for them.
Pretty sure that was Snyder.
What did everybody else pick up today?
Yeah, I'll say, what's everyone's favorite grab of the week?
Didn't pick up a great book. I will put a shout out there for Dryfoot. If you didn't pick up Dryfoot,
yeah, that would have been in ours if
you
hadn't already read it.
Big dummy, but I had already read it.
Yeah. So that's a thing, and then Dryfoot. Grab that if you can. If not, I'm sure.
I will say I went to my LCS at 11 o'clock in the morning this morning, and I had them double check because I didn't want to take one off the shelf if and then somebody else couldn't buy it. So I was like, check and see, and they were like, Diamond says it's low, which means we can't order more. So if you see one at your shop, or you might want to send a message to your shop to see if they still have any dry foot.
Hello, the Wednesday pull list. How's it going? Yeah, I can't recommend dry foot enough. I'm so excited. If you want to know more about it, we have a Jared Lujan. We had an interview with him a month or so ago where we all looked like 1980s Floridians in one way or another. And it was a really good time. He was a good guy, and the comic book is excellent. Yes. I'm really excited about this. Yay! Is the first comic book Sam read today.
What was?
Awesome. Dryfoot.
Dryfoot? Good.
Dryfoot. That's awesome.
If I had not have read it already, it would have probably been one of the first ones that I read for sure.
Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 Trauma Team was very rad. And since it's one of 4, I highly recommend it because it's just 4 grabs. It's fantastic. And I'm so excited for that game. So I really like the comic's so good. What else? I think that's everything that I could come up with that came out this week that I've actually
not get to.
That's what I'm trying to remember. Like, what else was in my list? I
read Reaver.
Oh yeah, Reaver, Oblivion Song. There was a couple.
It's part 5 of 5, and I'm trying to decide if I can go back and read just 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, or if I need to go back and read season 1 or whatever of Reaver. I know that the stories are connected.
I don't think you'd need to, but
I feel like I might need to.
You might need to.
I also did not read Joker Harley.
Yeah, Criminal Sanity. Yeah, that was another thing.
I don't remember if I'm caught up on this. I feel like I got a one-shot that came out.
That was the Files one.
Yeah, I don't think I read that yet, so okay. I might need to go through and reread.
Just go back; it's worth a reread at least.
It's good. I don't know how many of those there's going to be either, because that's 5. So if there's 6 or 7, then maybe I'll just wait and just go through it.
Bad Mother. Also, Bad Mother 2 also came out. That was another one that we talked about on its own. I think we just talked about it in our publisher upshot. Did we do? I can't remember. Yep. We talked about it in a live stream, and then we did it in our AWA publisher spotlight. Bad Mother is awesome. I really dig that. It's a good AWA book. Again,
that's going to be a for sure trade pull for me. I'm not pulling any AWA right now. See you later, Al. We're probably out of here soonish too. But if anybody else has a book that they want to mention, I'm trying to think. I feel like there was something else that I looked at.
Hi, Credo.
Ultraman. Did anybody pick up Ultraman? Marvel?
Oh, the number 1.
Yeah, the new number 1.
I almost did.
Cool. I don't know anything about it, really. It just looks cool.
Also, the JSA did show up in Hawkman today. It was very cool. That was cool. That was another thing.
Sam, did you saw that I started reading Hawkman, right? I read the first 3 issues of Hawkman the other night, and it was quite good.
Rebirth Hawkman, I'm assuming?
Yeah. The latest run?
Current run? Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Good. It only took both of us to get him, Sam. We did it.
I mean, I'll be perpetually a year behind on it because I'm not going to... Well,
No, you won't, because it'll be ending.
I'll catch up in about a year.
And it won't matter. You'll be all the way caught up.
Yeah. Sorry to end on a sad note.
Yeah, now I'm sad. Let's go. Let's wrap a sad burrito in tears.
Just have a sad burrito.
Yeah.
It's all sloppy and dripping all over your fingers.
It's all salty.
Yes.
From tears.
It's like frozen in the middle,
oh.
but lava hot on the outside.
But yeah, it was a light week this week compared to the last 3.
I don't know what else coming out next week because
we'll do that on Saturday. So for now, we're going to wrap this up. So thanks for getting wrapped up with us in This Week in Comics.
This Week in Comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Todd.
And I'm Nick.
And yeah, thanks for joining us for...
This was a Comic Burrito, a podcast.
It's not a podcast anymore.
Keep it alive
Damn it.
on the underground.
This week in comics, yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.